Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the F1 2020 content here on the YouTube channel. It's my team, of course, and today, as you can tell, we're back on the wheel. It's the Canadian Grand Prix. Not the most technical of circuits, but one that I've never still really mastered. So I'm not sure how we're going to get on today. I am going to adjust the gameplay settings, or I will adjust the gameplay settings. I might have to do it from this menu in here, actually. We'll adjust the gameplay settings and we'll drop it down to 95 as we have done on the wheel every time so far. Once I get more proficient with the wheel, then we can up it to 100 and I can use the wheel at the same level I use the controller. But I believe weather-wise for this Grand Prix, it was actually going to be a little bit awkward. Can I see it anywhere? I can't. We'll have to go to practice. But the weather for the race is dry, but it's going to rain at the end of the Grand Prix, so I have no idea what's going to happen at the end of the race weekend. If you missed the last race or the last episode, check the YouTube channel for it. The Azerbaijan Grand Prix at Baku, the final 20 laps or so are the most important that you watch from all of the F1 2020 content so far. The most entertaining of the F1 2020 content so far, and by a margin, the most fun that we've had on F1 2020 so far as well. So do check that. But we shall, for the time being, jump straight into practice. Do drop the video a like, of course, if you enjoyed the episode, and make sure you subscribe to the channel for more of it. And, of course, the daily FIFA content. And if you want to watch these streams live, link in the description down below where you can watch them live. But I'm going to divert my attention back to the stream, and we'll work our way through practice qualifying and show you various different bits, and then we'll head to the race and hopefully maybe come away with some more points. But I'm not as confident here as I was for previous Grand Prix. So what I'm going to do, good, they're all pending. So we're going to put the worn units back in again for practice, and then we'll be able to crack on from there. Right, okay, good. Drop the video a like, subscribe if you haven't. I'm going to go to practice and do some driving. Right, so at the end of practice, we have 380 of 550 resource points. We've gotten to the point now where the units I've got in the car, these worn ones, just aren't cutting the mustard. They're not performing as well as I need them to be able to get the most out of the car. In particular, the engine and the turbo. So I'm gonna have to start running my second turbo unit in practice as well, and the second IC and maybe the second MGUH too, which is frustrating because it means we're getting closer to some grid penalties. But it's not a problem. It's not a problem. I'm not that bothered by the fact that we don't appear to have much pace at the minute in the car, but that we do believe that that's because of the worn engine parts. If it's not, and after I put the fresh engine parts in, we're still just as slow in qualifying, then RIP me. Shortest run to the line possible. Zup.
You've just put in the fastest lap. Good job.
Oh, okay. Apparently I'm P1. Well, where's that come from then? 1.8. I've got about 7/10 on my teammate, which, to be fair, is about where we should be, because our teammate isn't very good. I'm going to save a set of tyres. I'm going to save a set of tyres as we're comfortably through to Q2. Little bump with the Wall of Champions, losing time all the way to the line. And we qualify P15. Okay. So that both laps were scrappy, annoyingly. Both laps were scrappy. The first one was really bad. The second one we had a half a second in pocket, but evidently not enough. By how much did we underachieve? Let's have a look. We did a 1:11.3, so considerably. Considerably. We were 7/10 off Lando Norris. Okay, so everybody stepped it up. Everybody stepped it up for Q2 after we thought, hello, maybe we're doing all right in Q1. Lewis, Leclerc and Verstappen able to get through on medium tyres as well. Let's go and have a look at the race strategy then, and see what we can do there. Right, so at the second attempt, for the sake of the YouTube video, this will be the first piece of footage you see on the YouTube video. We tried upping the difficulty to 97. It was too much. So we brought it back down to 95, which is what we qualified on. With regards to the race strategy, we decided, because it's going to rain at the end and we don't want to miss out on potentially using a set of the softs, we're going to start with a default strategy of soft, soft, medium, medium, and go soft, soft, medium, and then wait and see what happens with the weather. Try and maybe elongate that first set of mediums out so that we don't have to make another stop for dry tyres to then quickly switch back to inters. Although, the rain is right at the very far end, so we might be able to finish the race on those inters. We'll just have to play it by ear and see what the... and see what the radio says. But for the time being, we'll crack on. We know that even though we're 3 laps under fueled, it's still fine. We're actually starting P14. I hadn't noticed that. We qualified P15. We're actually starting P14. There must have been a grid penalty somewhere further below us. Maybe Ocon, actually, to be fair. But our rival now, obviously, is Gasly. So we'll be hoping to finish ahead of him. Throw up the inside of Grosjean, at least. He's still there. I'm going to give him racing room. And we've been able to get past him. So we're back up to P14. That was Magnussen, not Grosjean, my bad. Saw a Haas. Oh, he's quick in a straight bloody line, isn't he? Ferrari engine. I say, get out of the way. Oh, wait, I think he's probably saying the same to me, to be fair. Oh my god! I noticed this earlier in the stream that my brake pedal appears to be getting really long, and I don't know why. I keep hammering the brakes on, and it's just not stopping properly. I genuinely don't know why. It might just be because the car's heavy on fuel, but it did it in Q2 as well, so I'm not sure. Need some rear traction, please! Right, we're back within DRS range of Kimi now. Thank you, overtake button. But still, they just pull away, even with a bloody DRS. This Renault engine is not powerful enough for the follows. Thank you, guys. Again, as is always the case with the wheel streams, apologies that the quality of driving isn't as high as it is with the controller, but I am still learning. I am still learning. I wanted to spend my next resource points on the chassis, but I'm sorely tempted after this performance to put those resource points into rear downforce. Checo, Giovinazzi, Sainz and Raikkonen just here chilling right in front of me. Still got Magnussen chasing us down. I'm not sure who's holding up who at the front of this gaggle. Yellow flag somewhere behind us. Behind us, that was. Oh no. Oh, it's Checo. His engine's gone. Sergio Perez's engine has gone pop. Checo is out of the race. His engine went bang. Still no safety car, or virtual safety car, for the entirety of this save so far. Who's braver? Me, probably. Sorry, Esteban, not happening. Ocon is past Magnussen, though. Listen, Esteban. We said no. Go away. I'm trying to catch the ones in front, not concentrate on you behind me. Piss off, mate. Leave me alone. There we go. Look at that. When you actually press the right button, it works. A couple of others in front of us pitting too. A number of others in front of us pitting too, actually. So we have dropped to 21st and last because we pit that early. Now I need to nail this out lap. My in lap was crap. So I need to make sure that my outlap is decent. Otherwise we're actually just going to end up losing time still. Regardless of the fact that we've pit early. And my overtake button has been left on again. Prick. Come on, Tez. Why do I do it to myself? I'm so bad.
We're expecting rain in around 10 to 15 minutes.
Well, be more specific, please. You said 10 minutes a moment ago, and now you're saying 10 to 15 minutes, so I don't know whether to pit or not. I'm going to pit lap 28. I'm going to pit lap 28. I mean, with P13, so we are actually making progress. Technically, we are higher than where we qualified and where we started. Oh, still frustrating though. I think half of the fact that I'm getting annoyed, half of this frustration is coming from the fact that the YouTube upload didn't work, and I'm still pissed off about that. It's just been a shit day. And my own inabilities here are just exaggerating that. So when's it going to rain, Jeff?
In front is 1.6
10 minutes? 15 minutes? Half a fucking hour? Make your mind up. I always become quicker and cleaner towards the last couple of... That's the thing. I've not used the wheel for a week. I've not driven this track for 2 weeks. I'm just... Oh, I'm delving in and trying to just be quick straight away. And I can't do it. I think in future, when we...
Doing one more stop today. One stop left in our strategy.
When we jump onto the wheel, I'm going to have to do some practice laps first to warm up before we start doing like quali in the race and stuff. So Correa's in the pits now on lap 31. We were P14 before we pit, but we did pit early again. So we've pit early 2 stints in a row. And I'm just praying that the rain is actually going to come before we have to change these tyres again.
5 minutes until rain. Dries seem like the fastest tyre at the moment.
So he's saying 5 minutes until rain, but I don't know if that actually is 5 minutes until rain. Because he's been so inaccurate with his predictions. Like, oh, well, the wind's picking up because the leaves are starting to blow around. But it's Gasly in front, and he's the one that I want to get ahead of for my rivalry. Kvyat putting softs on is either going to be a great move if... Oh my god. It's going to be a great move if the rain comes quickly. If the rain holds off, then Kvyat's going to have to either be really, really slow on warm tyres when the rain comes, or he's going to have to pit again for another set of dries, like 2 laps before the rain gets here. These two are now holding me up. The Kvyat will probably just disappear into the distance. There's a big lock up there from Gasly. I want to get past Gasly but not lose Kvyat in the process. But Kvyat, I think Kvyat's already gone, to be honest. This should be an easy overtake, I hope. Oh my god, he made the really, really late decision to go defensive, and thankfully we've been able to get it done. Jesus! Pierre, you left that late to move. He moved as I moved, or as I was moving. Oh, that was hairy. That was hairy. But we managed to get the move done. Now we've just got to catch Kvyat, Sainz and Latifi again. Oh, that made the heart race a little bit, didn't it? It's too early now. We'll set intermediates as the next tyre. So much better than the AI through that chicane, but they're so much better than me through the hairpin, so... Going for it, dive bomb. Excuse me, Kevin.
Teammate by 2.7 seconds.
Hang around the outside, hang around the outside, hang around the outside. lead. We're ahead of Kevin. And up into P15, 16, P16. Kvyat and Sainz are just pieced out in front. I think it might be intermediate. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, it's intermediate time.
Right,
Boxing.
end of this lap.
Please tell me that Mercedes is putting on... Please tell me that Mercedes is putting on a set of intermediates. Oh, this is a big risk. This is a big risk. I bet that Mercedes is putting on another set of dries, isn't it? I need it to rain, and heavily now.
Complete, go now.
Please, for the love of God, tell me that Mercedes has put on intermediates. He's put on another set of mediums. He's put on another set of mediums. Help me. I've gone to inters. Yep. Pitted way too soon. Oh, no. Oh, no. That Mercedes going in when it did convinced me that they were all about to pit for inters. I'm now going to have to crawl around on these. Oh no. Boys, help me. And I can't change back. It's pointless to change it back. I've just got to hope that the rain comes. We just got it wrong. DRS disabled. There you go. Now they're all going to come in, but I did it 3 laps too soon.
DRS has been disabled by the stewards. DRS will be offline.
I did it 3 laps too soon. I've killed my entire Grand Prix. I pit too early for inters, Squits. Oh god. I pit too early for inters, which meant that I was super slow for like 3 laps just waiting for the rain to come. And then I've had to do an extra pit stop because then those inters were too worn to make it to the end of the race. Meaning what? Pierre Gasly out of the session. Pierre Gasly has retired. Oh, even in this monstrosity of a race, we are going to beat our rival. Somehow. His engine has gone pop, I would believe. His engine has gone bang. Oh, can you believe it? Still no safety. No, we haven't had a safety car yet. And that's why continuing to just pound round has been worth it, or will be worth it. Although it could have been so much better because the cars that we're about to let through, of which there are about 8, these cars we were battling with for position. Raikkonen, Ocon, Grosjean. Here comes the Ferrari of Leclerc. Oh god, there goes the Ferrari of Leclerc. And Bottas was in there too, I think. Yep, there he is. Go on, go round me. Sainz, we were chasing him down earlier. Kvyat, we were chasing him down earlier. 15th place, Daniel Ricciardo. I am lapped by the top 15. I don't like Canada. Lewis is about to win the race. He's just coming around the final chicane now. Ladies and gentlemen, Lewis Hamilton wins the Canadian Grand Prix. Although you might well have had a punt at that before the start of the race, because this is one of Lewis's best tracks for performance, and traditionally in the history of his winning races here and Hungary, as in last weekend's Grand Prix in real life. 8 wins in Hungary, and I'm sure he's got at least 6 in Canada, if not maybe 7. I'm sure you guys will let me know in chat and in the comments section. I am going to go and drive Canada on the wheel, in the dry, with not even the Mercedes, with a midfield car and see what sort of lap times I put in. We'll see what my lap time is here. Best lap time, because obviously we did some laps in the dry. See what my best lap time is in this Grand Prix, and then I shall try and beat that in time trial. And I might put that in the video, because there's probably not much footage from this Grand Prix in the video, because nothing bloody happened. But I am delighted to have that shit show over with. You are absolutely correct, Martin. France will be better. The next time we use the wheel, we will be better. But unfortunately, in Canada, it just wasn't to be. So that might well have put Lewis top of the driver's standings with Bottas third there behind Leclerc. We shall find out in a moment. Standings. No, Valtteri's still top by 24 points. There is still quite a considerable gap there. Now, what was my fastest lap? My fastest lap was a 1:14.4. So I'm going to go into time trial now, after having a look around the menus, etc., and see what money we've got to spend on resource points. And then I'm going to try and beat a 1:14.4 in time trial. It certainly didn't dampen my spirits. My spirits were already at rock bottom, thanks to my performance.
How are things between the two of you?
Things are great. I beat him because he didn't finish, so I'm happy.
Between you and your rival, but it looks like you're coming up top, doesn't it?
Rivals are good in sport, is what I'll say.
There's quite a buzz around this team at the moment. What are your thoughts on them?
I mean, Ferrari have been better of late in the save.
Great.
Leclerc getting second there. We'll follow one of the Williamses in to get Wade. Sorry, Pierre, that's not gone well for you, has it? Team Acclaim is almost at level 9 now. Get $153,000 for completing the one of the two expectations from sponsors. French Grand Prix is next in 10 days' time, meaning we have a lot of time to get some activities in, which is good. 836 resource points, which actually isn't much, and I'm hesitant to spend any more money as well, because the driver contracts are coming up soon, and I want to ensure that I can improve my driver. I want to ensure that I can improve my my second driver, and I don't know if we're going to be able to do that if we don't save our money for now. Got 3.5 million, so I could nearly afford Latifi, but I'm probably going to go. I've seen a lot of people go with Jack Aitken. I might not go with Jack Aitken. I might go with Nick De Vries just to buck the trend, because I know a lot of people have gone with Jack Aitken recently. Correa is going to be 2 mil to keep, and that's obviously not good business for the team. So let's go and make ourselves feel slightly better about everything. Ah, no. Oh, piss. I didn't want to do that. Great. Well done, Ches. Even more goes wrong today. Chassis team building, durability upgrade, sponsor event, fundraiser. Attend F1's esports event. I'll do that one. And then a 3 and a 2. We'll do that one. And that one. I could have got more in there, but never mind. We should have some parts back now. Chassis team building's gone up nicely. So R&D wise, what passed recently? Have we taken an uptick? Not really. Well, maybe by the time we get there. We got the that's aerodynamics drag reduction. It is the chassis that I need to improve on next, but I don't have the resource points yet. Nor do I have the resource points for that. But we will do after practice at the French Grand Prix. So let's advance the race weekend so that it saves all of the things that we've done there. Then I'm going to back out and I'm going to go and try and set a lap faster than a 1:14.4 in time trial to prove to myself that I can actually drive the Canadian Grand Prix and that it was the car that was the problem, not my lack of talent. Although how well that will go, I'm not sure. Look at the way the Mercedes breaks into the hairpin, my God. That's ridiculous. Compared to the car we were just driving. I think the problem is as much the car as it is me here at this track. Mercedes is the best car, you're right. But this also proves that I'm just trying to prove to myself that I can drive this track and drive this track well in a car that is decent. Yeah, you guys can obviously tell the difference between my driving style in a car that I have confidence with, but I know when I turn, it's going to stick to the car that we were just driving. 110.001, that's annoying. Come on, no, I'm not going to be at 110, but we have set a new fastest lap. $110 flat. 110 flat. Can drive this track. I am half decent at this track. It's just my car is awful in my team. So much confidence in this car to just throw it into corners and have it stick. And to know that if I plant the throttle, it's going to stick. And the big test, or the big eye-opener, is that I'm using the exact same setup here on this car as I was my Chesnoid Racing. Oh, I can do it round Canada. But the car is nowhere near as good as that. 2 110 flat, 3 110 flats, and a 110-1. That's the difference between the Mercedes and my team car. About 1.3 seconds a lap and about a bajillion% in driver confidence. That's going to bring this video to a close, guys. Thank you very much for watching. I apologise that it wasn't the best one. The next one will be better, I promise. We've kind of come down on the high from Baku, haven't we? And back to Earth with a rather wet, damp, squidgy bump. But that's all for today. Thank you very much for watching. Do check the channel page for more content, whether it be this series or the FIFA series, of course, with Cambridge, which continues. But for now, thank you very much for watching, guys. Do drop the video a like, subscribe if you haven't, follow me on Twitch down below, and I'll see you next time.